So then we get to a question like this, where we've got another shape and we want to know both the perimeter and the area. So same idea. We have to break this into shapes that it's made up of. This looks like a rectangle that has had a bite taken out of it from a circle. So if the circle is here, I'll line that up in a second. We see that there's actually like a semicircle business because it's only half of the circle and then a rectangle. Well, for perimeter, the nice thing is we just want to find the length of the shape or the structure on the outside. So we're going to take this side, we're going to add this side, we're going to add that side, but then we have to do a little bit of work to figure out how to add that. Okay, so how would we find out this part? Let's do that in maybe a different color. How would we find out the blue part of the circle? Well, it's on the outside, so it has to do with circumference, and it's only half of the circle. So it's our circumference equation, which is back here, circumference, but we're only dealing with half of the circle. So we're going to have to take this circumference equation and divide it by 2. So when we do the entire thing, we will have 3 known side lengths. Well, I'm just going to write it out. 13 plus 9 plus 13 plus half the circumference of a circle. That's what's going to get us our perimeter there. So I put a little thing there, a little bit like that, bring this down here, say this is what we have to do. Well, how do you find the circumference of a circle? You use either pi d if we're using the diameter or 2 pi r. So we know that the diameter of this circle is the same length as the side length of this rectangle. So I would use, if I had the option here, the pi d equation because we've been given the diameter. And don't forget, we'll have to divide it by 2 because we only want half of it. So when you do that work, I want you to try this on your own and see if you get to this answer, 49.14 centimeters. Not squared. We would only square our area. Okay, when we're looking for perimeter, our units just stay as they are. So I want you to do this work right now. Hit pause in the video. I want you to do this work. I want you to see if you can get the same answer that I did by solving for half the circumference of this circle. And remember, our diameter is the same as this side. Okay, so press pause and see if you can do that. If you are looking at the area, we have to break this into shapes and decide, are we adding parts together or are we subtracting? So for the area, again, let's do this whole rectangle, find the area for the whole rectangle, but then we're going to subtract the area of half of a circle because it's not a full circle, it's only half of it. So we'll subtract this area right in here. So that's how we would have to do area. So full rectangle minus half a circle, or that's called a semicircle for your notes and things like that. I want you to hit pause. I want you to see if you can find area of the rectangle, then subtract half the area of this circle and see if you get to this answer, 85.19. And for these questions, our units are going to be squared because we're finding area, we're dealing with squared unit. Perimeter not squared, area is squared. So see if you can get to that answer by doing this calculation.